All right, folks, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. So today we are going to talk a little bit about this THRUNITE thrower headlamp. Check that out. Headlamp, actually, I know they look kind of goofy when you're wearing them, but if you are into camping or just want to have like some good options for around the house for power outages, we are definitely looking at more brownouts in the country. And of course, we're approaching hurricane season. Actually, we're in hurricane season. We're approaching peak of hurricane season. And for where I live, we usually do get a hurricane or a tropical storm at least every year. So we have tons and tons of lighting options here in our household, but it's really nice to have some options where you can operate your light hands-free. And that's the idea with one of these headlamps. Now, I've had a couple cheaper options around the house, and I'm certainly not going to throw these away. They're good backups for guests or whatever, or if one of the neighbors is out. But one of the things you will notice really quick when you have a power outage is that it's kind of hard to have the flashlight and work on things and fix things. So if you've got it in your hand, and of course you can put it in your mouth for a while, but after a while it's gonna get that metallic taste and stuff. Headlamps are a great way to go. I use my headlamps when I go camping. I use my headlamps when we've had power outages. I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. And you know what? Let's get right into the specs. All right, folks. So before I get into the specs on the THRUNITE thrower there, I want to say a big thank you to THRUNITE for sending this out for me to review for you. If you like this flashlight, I will put a link for this through my Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. You can check that out. And if you check out THRUNITE through any other means like Instagram, just tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you if you could. Now, I've been talking about this for a while, but if you are still using like these old cheapo 1980s flashlights, I still have a few of these lying around the house, but honestly, it's time to ditch these. The tech that has come out in the last 10, 15 years from various flashlight companies really blows that old technology out of the water. I do have some battery-powered flashlights still in my fleet, but these, for most of my upgrades now, I like the rechargeable battery ones. This one comes with a USB recharging cable, and that will plug in right here. And that will take only a few hours to charge up. And the cool thing about this, from a prepper's point of view for sustainability, is that if you've got solar panels or a solar recharging system or even just some power banks and battery banks, things like that, that's going to extend your capabilities with this for a really long time. If you've got solar panels and a solar generator, pretty much almost indefinitely, right? Like eventually the battery will wear down, but that's going to take a really long time, as in like years, right? So this really extends your capability as a prepper and a homesteader. That's probably something you should be thinking about as you upgrade your fleet of flashlights. Let's unplug that and close that back up. Let's talk about a little bit about this one. Okay, the THRUNITE thrower it's pretty sturdy, and actually it'll come out of this little headset, which is also kind of cool if you want to do it handheld, right? It'll come out of that headset, and it's got some tempered glass that will resist impact resistance. It has some impact resistance. The whole flashlight has an impact resistance of 1.5 meters, which means if you somehow drop it, it's probably got a really good chance of standing up to that. I can tell you it feels really sturdy. It's got nice gripping there too. Really like that. And the on-off switch is there. I'm going to go cycle through the various modalities here in a minute, and I'll show you what that looks like. The dimensions are 107.5 millimeters by 26.5 millimeters by 23 millimeters. As you can see in my hand, gives you an idea of the size. And the weight is 56 grams with battery excluded. The battery is going to come out of the tail cap here. And it is an 18650, 3500 milliamp hours rechargeable. Okay, so they make these batteries. They're actually pretty common now for things like airsoft and flashlights, things like that. They have some other fans, rechargeable fans and things like that will use this, so you can swap in and out if you've got the right kind of battery. All right, and it screws right back on, nice and easy. And it is waterproof to IPX8, which is 2 meters. The max intensity is 26,100 candela. That's basically your beam intensity and your beam distance. The beam throw is 323 meters. That's pretty good throw for a flashlight of this size. So it has 6 different modes, right? Firefly, let's see if we can cycle through these right now. Okay, so let's cycle through these, right? That's low, medium, and that's high, okay? Those are your 3 basics. And if you click off, it will remember your last mode. So that's high. Now, if I hold this down for a few seconds, it will go into firefly mode. Okay, and that's perfect for inside your tent or maybe inside your car and you're just looking for something and you don't want to generate a lot of light, or for other applications you want to kind of keep your light discipline down, maybe you're hunting or something like that and you just need to look at your map. That's basically what you would use firefly mode for. Now if I click it 3 times, it should turn to SOS mode. Okay, so that's kind of a nice feature. Maybe you're out hiking and you get lost and you want to turn that on and you don't have to keep hitting those lights yourself. You don't have to keep clicking it. Basically turn that on, you can set it down. You can work on your campfire or whatever. All right, and then the last mode is turbo mode. Now, turbo mode, you don't want to run that for very long because it will start to get hot and it will also drain down your flashlight very, very quickly. So let's turn it back on, and that's high mode again. Now to go to turbo mode, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click it twice. All right, I know that's hard to tell indoors. We'll take it outside, and I can feel that already getting warm in just a few seconds. All right, we're gonna click out of that, and that should be back on high now. All right, I'm gonna hold the button down. Let's go down to low. All right. So in turbo mode, what can this thing do? So in turbo mode, it is 1,755 lumens, after 5.5 minutes, it will cycle down to 373 lumens for safety. Okay. How long can it run like that? 5.5 minutes. It's very, very intense on the battery. Okay. When it's in 373 mode though, it can run for 240 minutes. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Again, it gets a flashlight like this with that kind of battery, it is going to get warm in turbo mode, so it's not something you're going to do for very long. Now high mode, maybe you're going to use high mode if you're outside camping and there's no light around at all for a little while, maybe at least, to get your camp going. So that can run for 6.5 minutes, and then it does cycle down to 395 lumens, and that'll run for that for 240 minutes. All right, so let's go back to high mode here for a second. So let's click it on. That's low, and now medium, and then high. Okay, so I'm just holding the button down there. So it'll run for that at 6.5 minutes, at which point it's going to cycle down to save the battery and for safety purposes to 395 lumens. Okay, let's go back down to low. All right. And then we'll go back up to medium by holding that button down. That's medium. Okay, so for medium, we can do 258 lumens for 10 hours. Now, I generally will probably run this flashlight on low, which I'll show you next. And that should run on low for 48 hours, which is fantastic for a little flashlight like that. So let's go back down. Whoops, I'm sorry. Hang on. That's high and then low. Okay, so that's low. Now, low is 62 lumens. And it can run that for 48 hours. Now, generally for a flashlight, for outside applications, I'm going to want 90 or high lumens. Inside, 60 is fine. That's going to light up every room in my house and hallways and everything else. No problem at all. No problem at all. If I went outside, I'm probably going to cycle up to medium. All right. And SOS runs at 600 lumens for 5 hours. And then Firefly, let's go back down to Firefly. So to go to Firefly again, I'm going to click off, and I'm just going to hold this button in. And that's Firefly mode. Now, it can run on Firefly mode, which is 0.4 lumens for 39 days before needing a recharge. Pretty impressive, right? So cool stuff, nice features. All right, I know what you want to see now. You want me to take this thing outside, don't you? Well, I got to wait till it gets a little bit darker here, but then we're going to shoot that footage. All right, so over about 30 yards away, I have a little outbuilding here. I'm going to show you it. That's low. That's medium, and that's high. Okay, that's back to low. Now I'm going to try to go to turbo. That's turbo. All right. Now, for purposes of your backyard, something like this, if you've got similar size backyard, and click out of that and go back to low. I think medium's fine for most backyards. Okay, so that's about 30 yards away. And that's high. All right. To kind of give you an idea. All right, now up ahead, about 100 yards ahead, is a stop sign, and I'm going to hit it with the light here. and there's low, there's medium, and there's high. I'm gonna go back down to low. Okay, that's low. Now I'm gonna go to turbo. All right, just kind of gives you the idea. All right, thank you once again to THRUNITE for sending me the THRUNITE thrower to review for you all. If you've enjoyed this video, if it was helpful in any way, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're interested in this flashlight, please check out in the descriptions down below. I will put a link to my Amazon affiliate account. You can purchase it straight through there. I will earn a small commission if you use my link. I really appreciate that. Helps me to keep this channel going. It's no extra cost to you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. Once again, keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.